Yeah, we just learned in the last few hours that victim is 34-year-old Romisha Turner, and we're still trying to learn more about her at this time, but go ahead and take a look at this video. Dixmoor police tell us that all of this happened around 12:01 this afternoon. Dixmoor police responded to a call of several shots fired at an intersection of 147th and Sealy. They say Romisha was driving a white Jaguar SUV, and that SUV collided with a residential home. They found her inside with gunshot wounds.
But we ran folks deep in the rack. On the way back, I had to catch us ahead. Trap City down, let's get back.
Yo, face! Show your face, please, with sugar on top!
Hey, what's up, y'all? Y'all know my slogan. I don't know it all, but I know what I've been through. Now, before we get into this video, make sure you check us out on Patreon at www.patreon.com/Hookah Anonymous _. You guys been telling us to create one for the longest, so we recently created a community where we will upload videos that we can't share on YouTube due to their guidelines. We'll also be dropping the latest to there first, behind the scenes information that you wouldn't find anywhere else on our socials. So make sure you become a member, and after you do that, head over to our official Instagram page at Hookah Anonymous _ and follow us there. Now without further ado, let's get into what you guys came here to see. Now, first and foremost, rest in peace to Trap City Vell, and also rest in peace to his sister, Romisha. Now honestly, y'all, this is a very unfortunate situation. When they say get back is a must, I'm assuming this is the type of get back that they're referring to, unfortunately. King Von once said, "We into it until you die, real street guy." However, it's considered overkill whenever someone passes away and then the ops still decide to make a statement even when their victim is already gone. Now something like this can mean one of two things. Usually when someone shoots up a funeral, it's because that person that passed away caused a lot of hurt when they were on this earth. Whether it's taking the life of someone who was very widely known or loved, or if they just simply caused destruction while they were here and his ops wanted to inflict that same type of pain on his family. Now, however you have it, today we have a situation where a funeral was being held, and during the funeral a shooting transpired that left an innocent woman deceased. Now it's unclear if the woman was targeted or if it was just a random act of violence where shots was fired and she got hit. But can you imagine going to a funeral to support and mourn the life of someone else, only to go and actually lose yours? Very unfortunate, but that's what we're dealing with in the situation of Trap City Vell. After him losing his life due to gun violence, his funeral service was today, and his sister lost her life during a shooting where she was struck by gunfire when the suspect opened fire randomly into the funeral procession. So not only did Vell lose his life, but his sister did as well, and I can't even begin to imagine how their mother feel knowing she just lost 2 kids within a short span of time. Losing one child's already a lot to deal with, and to lose another one on the day of another one's funeral is just insane. To any of the kids coming up watching this as well, let this be a lesson to y'all, where what you do in the street can have a negative impact on not just you, but others around you. You may think it don't until a situation like this transpires and someone around you, whether it's a friend or family member, ends up suffering due to decisions you made in the streets. Now the irony of it too, when someone passed away and you go on their page and watch their stories, and to think about it, they didn't know that just hours later, they was gonna lose their life. What makes it worse, her last story was of her and her daughter before she would post a picture of her brother Trap City Vell. So we're gonna get into all that, but before we do, make sure you hit that thumbs up button so we can get this video into the algorithm. And if you're not subscribed to the platform already, make sure you do so now. Let's get into it. Trap City Vell was shot and unalived on October 20th, 2024 at approximately 8:40 p.m. It wasn't much details about what transpired, but witnesses say they heard a bunch of gunshots going off near 38 and Ellis in the Oakland neighborhood located on the south side of Chicago. Witnesses say upon looking to see what happened, they would see 2 men fleeing into a white vehicle and drive off after the shots were fired. Officers responded to the shooting near 38 and Ellis and found the victim with multiple gunshot wounds to the chest. The victim was taken to the University of Chicago Medical Center where he was pronounced deceased. The victim was later identified to be 32-year-old Chevelle Carter from Calumet Park. Social media being social media, they automatically started pointing fingers at Bloodhound Q50 and basically put that body on him, indicating that he may have something to do with it. Q50 wouldn't make it any better because when the news actually came out, he would make cryptic posts on Instagram, making it seem like he may have had some involvement in it as well. Most people on social media felt like it was get back for Bloodhound Little Jeff, but Trap City members would quickly deny that Bloodhound had anything to do with his demise. However, y'all know how that go, and it's not too much people that's gonna admit that their ops is doing anything to them unless it's just 100% obvious. But at this point, the way Chicago is looking, Trap City may have just been doing Bloodhound Q50 a favor without them even knowing. With all them indictments flying around for old and new cases, this is not the time to be acting like you have involvement in someone losing their life. In fact, this ain't even the time to act like you know about somebody losing their life. Hell, if you know in the street that you're doing whatever you're doing, this ain't even the time to even speak on someone losing their life. Because I don't know why, but the feds seem like they're out for blood, and anybody that thought they got away with something is now on pins and needles. And I don't blame them. But we did a whole video on Bloodhound Q50 after Trap City Vell lost his life, and I'll leave it pinned in the comments below so you guys can go check it out now. Now, we don't know what Vell did to anybody, but it's obvious that he may have pissed off the wrong group of people, because his funeral was being held today on the south side of Chicago, where shots rang off and the woman who was Vell's sister was shot and unalive. Let's briefly get into what an article detailing the incident had to say, as the article would say, quote, "Someone opened fire on a funeral procession late Saturday morning. It may be a retaliation shooting," police on scene said. According to a Harvey police officer on scene, as a funeral procession left St. Mark's Missionary Baptist Church in Harvey, someone opened fire on a processional line. According to witnesses on scene, she was the brother of the man being buried. Police taped off a perimeter around a white SUV, which the woman crashed into a home on the corner of 147th Street and Silly Ave in Dixmoor after being injured. Now, the interesting part about this is when you ask yourself, was the woman targeted or not? In a separate article in NBC Chicago, they would make it clear that Romisha Turner, who was 34 years old, was isolated. Now, some may say this was just a random act of violence and maybe they mistakenly shot and unalived her. However, I think if they shot as much times as they did, and the news is saying the incident was isolated, it almost feels like she was being targeted and attacked. Now, when it comes to why, I don't know. But these are the reasons I feel Romisha may have been stalked and purposely taken out, despite it being part of a funeral's procession. They just waited for the right time to strike, and that's when she was isolated. Romisha took to her IG story before passing and posted a tribute to her brother, as she would post his picture and caption it saying, quote, "This the most I've ever posted on social media. You know how much I hate this ish. Give OG strength." And by saying OG, she's referring to their mother. But just think about this. She said give OG strength, which lets us know that maybe her mother was already going through it due to their son. So just imagine what the mother must be feeling now after losing 2 kids all within 1 month. Actually less than a month. I know it's a painful feeling, and also Romisha leaves back a daughter who was also in her mother's last IG story.
I really should have finished getting my shit done first, because now sis talking about she's sleepy.
Can you stop recording me?
Y'all be doing, what they call it? Service for service. Stylist for stylist.
You know the people be doing that, especially if they broke.
Girl, they can do that. They ain't gotta be broke. I look beat. I need to get me some sleep for real.
Now that's it, y'all. At this time, there's no suspects, and police are still looking for information pertaining to Romisha Turner. My condolences go out to the family, especially the mother and father of the brother and sister who just lost their life in a matter of weeks. Just imagine to lose a child, and before you can even properly mourn that child, another one loses their life at the same funeral nonetheless. It is what it is, y'all. My condolences go out to the family. Y'all jump in the comments and let me know what y'all think about this. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Hit that bell so you're notified every time we drop new content. And remember, as long as we keep on watching, I'ma keep on dropping. I'm out.